Warriors, welcome to the Daily Warfare Drop with Raphael Rabbi. Today's theme is staying consecrated while waiting on God. And scriptures are coming to you from Numbers chapter 6 through to 9. Today's reading teaches us a lesson every believer must learn sooner or later. How to stay consecrated while waiting. Numbers 6 through to 9 shows us that spiritual warfare doesn't stop when nothing seems to be happening. Waiting itself is a battlefield. In Numbers 6, God introduces the Nazarite vow, a voluntary act of consecration. This wasn't forced. It was a choice to be set apart for a season. Warriors, this matters. There are times when God calls us to deeper discipline, not because others are wrong, but because the assignment requires focus. Saying no to certain things is not legalism, it's protection. As a former soldier in the British Army, I learned that before deployment, there were periods of restriction. No distractions, no indulgence, no shortcuts. Not because life was joyless, but because clarity and readiness were essential. Spiritually, consecration sharpens discernment. Numbers chapter 7 shows the leaders bringing offerings, each tribe giving faithfully, patiently, one day at a time. Warriors, notice the rhythm. No rushing, no competition. Obedience carried out steadily. This speaks into everyday life. Waiting in traffic, standing in queues, watching the world rush by while God asks you to stay faithful where you are. The enemy thrives on impatience. God builds strength through consistency. Now, in Numbers 8, the Levites are cleansed and set apart for service. Again, preparation comes before what? Action. As a medical practitioner, I know you don't rush into treatment without preparation. Skipping steps puts lives at risk. Spiritually, God prepares hearts before releasing what? Movement. Then, in Numbers 9, the cloud covers the tabernacle. Sometimes it lifts quickly. Sometimes it stays for days, months, and even years. Warriors, this is one of the most practical lessons in scripture. God's people only move when God moves. When the cloud stays, they stay. When it lifts, they follow. This is hard for our generation. We live in a world of instant updates, breaking news, and constant motion. Waiting feels unproductive, but God teaches his people that obedience is more important than speed. Moving too early can be as dangerous as moving too late. As a husband, a father, and someone balancing work, family, and calling, I have learned this lesson repeatedly. Waiting on God doesn't mean inactivity. It means alignment. You still show up, you still serve, you still love, but you don't force outcomes. Here is today's warfare truth. Consecration keeps you ready, and patience keeps you protected. When you wait on God's timing, you avoid battles you were never meant to fight. Read these chapters carefully. Watch how God trains his people to live attentive, disciplined, and responsive to his presence. Stay consecrated, my warriors. Don't rush the cloud. When God moves, move. When he says wait, trust him. Because those who follow God's timing walk under his covering. My fellow warriors, we shall meet on the battlefield tomorrow. Shalom.